morning, everyone! So today I am doing part 2 to my 2016 yearly favorites. So this part is going to be talking about all of the makeup items I have been enjoying for the year 2016. I talked about my skincare favorites in the first part, which I will put here, and I will also link it down below in the description box. I also included like a little life update and kind of let you guys in on my plans for 2017, kind of future, things going on with the beauty breakdown and things like that. So definitely check that video out if you're curious in hearing that. Again, like I mentioned in the first part, I'm going to try and be pretty good about not doing too much overlap in this video. Obviously, some of these products you might have heard me mention in previous videos throughout the year because if they're my favorites, I've probably mentioned them before. However, I had just recently done my top 10 favorite / cult favorite Korean makeup items, so I don't think, there might be 1 or 2 items actually that I did mention in that video, but like I said, try not to have too much overlap in this video. So now that I've kind of introed you guys in, let's get started. So I have all of my products in a box lid, because I love me some box lids. So first I'm going to talk about face products. So I picked out 2 foundations that I feel like this year I have been using a ton, and that whenever I'm looking to have like a flawless finish or I want my skin to look really nice, I always reach for these 2. So they are these 2 foundations here. This one is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. If you're curious which shade I wear shade medium to Santa Fe. Unlike what the name implies, this is actually not a sheer foundation. The coverage of this is actually very nice, and so this is just perfect on my dry skin. It covers all my imperfections, and overall I just really like the finish of this. And the other foundation that I have been really enjoying is from Shiseido. So this is the Synchro Skin Lasting Liquid Foundation. The shade that I wear is Neutral 3, and I love this foundation because it just makes my skin look perfect. Again, the finish is amazing. If you're kind of curious about my preferences when it comes to foundations, even though I have dry skin, I do like a more matte finish. However, not an overly matte finish where you just kind of look like very flat. I do like a little bit of a glow to my foundation. However, I still enjoy it lasting all day, obviously, and more coverage because that's what foundation is for. So these 2 I've been really loving this year, and you can actually see in both of these a good dip of them are gone, which is saying a lot considering how much foundation and cushion foundation I own. Now let's talk about cushion foundations. I also just recently did a whole comprehensive guide on 32 different cushion foundations I own, which I will put here. So if you guys are curious on hearing my thoughts and brief reviews of each of the cushions I own, definitely check that video out. However, a lot of you guys always ask me, what is my all-time favorite cushion foundation? And I am going to share that with you guys in this video. A lot of you guys probably would be able to guess this, but my all-time favorite cushion foundation is from YSL. From the moment I met this cushion foundation, I fell in love. This is the Le Cushion Encre de Peau. This is a Fusion Ink Cushion Foundation. I wear shade 40, which I think at the moment might be a shade too dark for my skin. Yeah, a little bit too dark for me at the moment, but this has the most beautiful finish on its own. Now that's saying a lot considering a lot of cushion foundations either need like a concealer to help improve the coverage, or they need a little bit of powder to set in certain areas so they don't feel sticky or they don't transfer, but this cushion foundation is just so beautiful. And again, I will put the link down in the description box below for my full review of this cushion foundation. It is pricey, however, cushion foundations for me, they last about 3 to 4 months if I'm using them every single day, which I personally don't do since I have so many cushion foundations. But again, this is the type of foundation when I am looking for something that will make my skin look flawless, or something especially that I can throw in my purse that I can touch up, or if I'm like running on the go and I need to do my makeup in the car or something like that, when someone else is driving, of course, I grab the YSL cushion foundation, and it is just, I've got a little place in my heart for YSL as well. So next, let's talk about my favorite primer that I have been using for the year 2016. Now, in my top 10 favorite makeup items, I also mentioned the Artis Pore Master, which I also really love, and the Benefit Professional, which I also really love, but I didn't want to get too overlappy in this video, but a primer that I have been really loving is this guy here. Now this is from 3CE. This is the Pore Velvet Primer, and if you guys have oily skin, you have problems with your foundation lasting all day. This is literally like glue. Like, it feels sticky like glue, which is kind of a weird sensation, but when you apply foundation on top, it's just like stuck to your face for the whole day, and you don't have to worry about it fading or anything like that. So when I'm going to something where I want my foundation to like just look completely poreless, perfect, everything looks amazing, and to last if I'm gonna be like sweating or anything like that, I use this guy here because, like I said, this is such a strong primer. Now talking about some powders, I have definitely mentioned these in my videos throughout the year, so I'm gonna go over them very quickly. But two of my favorite powders, they're loose powders because I prefer loose powders. Number one is the CoverGirl Professional Loose Powder. I wear 115 translucent medium. This is just the best, you know, cake face type of powder. Cake face meaning like when you're baking your face, you want to bake your concealer, make it last all day or anything like that. This is awesome because you get a huge tub of it. It doesn't like gunk up on your face or anything like that, and this thing's like $5 or $6 at Ulta or Target. And then I also love the Innisfree No Sebum Mineral Powder, and this is just a really nice blurring type of powder, and it's also very affordable. So let's talk about concealers. Now these two concealers are actually from the same brand, so I just guess I really like their concealers. So the first one is the Sam's Cover Perfection Liquid Concealer, and again from the same brand, this is the Cover Perfection Tip Concealer. So I guess these are actually from the same line, which explains why I like these so much, but this is a really nice liquid concealer, especially for under my eyes, because I have to use a little bit more of a liquidy concealer under my eyes because sometimes it tends to get a little cakey and sink into my fine lines. I find that this doesn't do that, and it offers high coverage, which is really nice. And I also love the Tip Concealer for covering pimples or spots on my face or unevenness, and it's a little bit thicker consistency, so these two are really, really nice. Again, these are super, super cheap, and I also believe both of these have SPF in it, which I enjoy because, you know, the more SPF the better. And it's kind of hard actually in the US to find concealers with SPF built in it. So this one has SPF 30 PA++, and this one has SPF 28 PA++. So they have SPF in it, which is definite bonus for me. The last product I'm going to cover in the face arena is some cheek colors or cheek products. So first I'm going to start off with my favorite bronzer, and this will be pretty obvious as to why this is my favorite bronzer, but it is the Too Cool for School Art Class by Rodin bronzer, and as you can see, I have hit pan on this. So this is just the perfect bronzer for contouring or if I want to add a little color to my face. And this is something that I always reach for. You just swirl your brush in it and you're good to go. Also mentioning that, my favorite highlighter, or I'm actually going to mention a couple. One of my favorite highlighters is also from the art class line from Too Cool for School. This is the one with the pink label. I believe they now have a peach one, but this is the pink one. So this one's a really nice everyday kind of highlighter. It goes well with all different blush colors. I can use this on top of peach colors, pink colors. I can use this on top of everything and it looks amazing. And I also wanted to pick out a little bit of a range of highlighters for you guys because this year for me has definitely been a year of the highlight. And so besides that, I also have been really enjoying these two highlighters here. So for when I want something maybe a little bit more subtle, I don't want to go so bam in your face with my highlight, I always reach for my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Luminous Light. So this is a very finely nailed highlighter. It doesn't emphasize my pores whatsoever. It goes on like a dream. It looks really smooth, blends in really nicely, and it just offers a very subtle kind of glow that it doesn't look like you smacked on a highlighter and that you're really trying to glow it up. So this one is probably the most gentle highlighter, but I really, really like this out of the three I'm gonna mention. This one is probably like medium crown, and this last one is like pow in your face, I'm wearing a highlight, baby. So this is from Mamonde, and this is the Harmony, I believe it's the Harmony highlighter, Harmony blusher. This is the Ombre Effect blusher, and how this works is I just kind of like, again, throw my blush in there, or brush in there, kind of like get a bunch of it, pick it up, and slap it on my cheeks, and it is like, girls rocking a highlight. So going again from most subtle to the most intense highlight, and this is kind of like middle ground. So just a bit of a range of highlights because I've been loving me some highlights this year. So next, let's go ahead and move on to some eye products. So first, I'm gonna mention, I guess, this primer that I have been using. Now you guys know I love the Etude House Proof Tint Eye Primer, but I've already harped on that so many times. But I also wanted to give a shout out to the 3CE Eye Primer. And actually it is a thicker consistency than the Etude House Proof Tint Eye Primer. So since this is a thicker consistency, I just feel like it smooths out my eye area a little bit better than the Etude House Proof Tint Eye Primer. I pretty much like them equally. However, like I said, I wanted to give this one a shout out because this is such a nice eye primer. And if you're looking for a thicker consistency eye primer, maybe the Etude House one is a little bit too watery for your preference. This one is really nice and it's not super expensive. Following that, I'm going to talk about some eyeshadows. So I know I mentioned these again in my top 10 Korean makeup items, but I just had to give them another shout out. I love me the Artis Shine Fix Eyes. These are the most beautiful, glittery, amazing eyeshadows ever. And every time I wear any of these, I have, if I can pick them all up, 6, and I'm covering them all. 6 different ones, and anytime I wear any of them out and about, people are always like, what are you wearing on your eyes? It looks amazing. And I'm always like, oh, well, it's a Korean brand, and you know, let me write it down for you. But these are so beautiful, you guys, and I definitely recommend them if you haven't tried them yet, and I want to get more colors of those. But another product I want to mention is actually a palette. So this is from MAC, and this is the Eyeshadow 15 palette, 15 slot palette, and this is the warm neutral. So actually this is a palette you buy and it's already preset, so it already has all of the eyeshadows in the palette itself. And this I bought just on a whim last year for Black Friday, and I have been using this a ton this year. So this is a palette that I reach for just because it has a good range of shimmeries, mattes, neutrals, a little bit of these rosy colors, which I've been really enjoying this year. And so whenever I travel, I take this and maybe a couple other eyeshadows, and I have a bunch of different looks. It's super versatile, but I can look very natural when I want to, or I can also look very glam if I want to. So this is amazing. It's definitely worth the investment, and even though I know MAC is sometimes, you know, considered more of an expensive brand, from what I remember, this was a better deal buying it like this kind of preset. Definitely recommend this if you're starting off and you're kind of overwhelmed, but you want some good quality eyeshadows. Next, for my eyebrows, I have been loving me this Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I wear the shade Soft Brown. In all honesty, I was kind of like, when I got this, I was like, is it really that great? Whatever. But this is so easy to use and it makes my eyebrows look amazing. I went with the Soft Brown because I have noticed in Korean makeup trends, it's been more popular to go 1 or 2 shades lighter with your eyebrows, so it's not so bam in your face. But I just prefer kind of a softer look with my eyebrows, not so defined. So the Soft Brown for me has been a really nice shade, even though as you guys can see, my natural hair color is very dark, and I feel like I'm actually wearing it right now. My eyebrows look natural, so definitely recommend this. And I've had this for a good like 6 or 7 months now, I think. And I still have so much product left in this. So I know this is a little bit more of an investment product, but this would literally last you years. Now, I'm not going to mention eyeliners because I did a full eyeliner breakdown video on different liners I like, and like I said, I just don't want to have this video be too repetitive. So if you guys want to check out some eyeliners, what eyeliners I like, I will leave it here, and I will also link it down below for you guys to check out. Mascara is also, for me, I'm not going to be mentioning because this year I have been having a lot of problems with my eyes, and I mentioned this in part 1, so if you guys want to know what exactly is wrong with my eyes, because I have several conditions with my eyes, I mentioned it briefly in that video, but I haven't been able to use mascara consistently for me to mention any that I really like, so I'm constantly throwing out mascaras, so yeah. I'm not going to mention mascaras. Next, let's talk about lip products. So again, I guess this brand I have been enjoying. Honestly, 3CE is very hit or miss for me. I either really like their products or I really don't. I don't know why that is, but their lip products I really enjoy. I have a couple of their lipsticks. I want to explore getting more lipsticks. I love that they offer a range of like super bright colors. Like I have this color here, which is in the shade V number 602, and it is like a fluorescent purple, and it is so pretty. Like I love wearing this when I go out at night. And they also have like, you know, nice nude colors like this. And this is in the shade number 506, Daily Lady. But I also like that they offer mattes. So this has been actually my favorite fall color. This is in Warm and Sweet number 908, and this is just like a beautiful matte pumpkin color, and I featured this in a pumpkin spice makeup tutorial, so I will link that down below. But 3CE has some really nice lip products and a nice range of lip products. Last but not least, a brand I guess that I have really been liking this year is actually Colorpop. So this is my little Colorpop drawer. I have a bunch of their liquid lipsticks, the ultra matte lips. I recently did a haul with their Hello Kitty line, tried some of the ultra glossy and the ultra satin lips, and I also really love their lippy sticks. So I have a bunch of shades of these. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of them, and they are very affordable lip products. I love that they come in like every single color you could possibly imagine. They have a lot of those like trendy Instagram, Tumblr kind of shades. The shade that I am wearing on my lips right now is actually a ultra matte lippy, and this is in Tulle. So if you guys have seen on my social media, I kind of will try them on and share them with you guys. I have several swatching videos with Colorpop. I just really like how affordable they are, their shade ranges. They're actually very high quality lip products in general. This is like amazing, you know. I've been really into the matte lip trend since it's been super trendy this year. So I definitely recommend checking them out if you haven't tried them. And yeah, just really like these in general. Alright guys, so that is my favorite makeup items for the year 2016. I might be missing some. I feel like I had a pretty good wrap up this year of what I have been using consistently, reaching for, you know, when I'm running around, what I grab, or when I travel, what I grab. So I kind of try to share with you guys the best of the best for this year. I will link everything down in the description box below so you can have links of where to buy the products I've mentioned in this video. And as always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!